Welcome to part 3 of our lesson entitled Achieving Multicolor Looks in a One-Color Document in Photoshop. And this is brought to you by Printwand. Now, our last section dealt with making sure that our artwork was either 4-color or PMS color. And what we're looking at here is a one-color job and how we can show some variation in our color but still only use one PMS or Pantone ink. So we have two identical sets of graphics, and each is made of two different colored images. Let's first look at the second set in Photoshop. Let's look at the first image in the set. We'll go to our Layers palette, and we want to double click on Layer Style and then head down to the Color Overlay. And we'll click again on this colored square that comes up. We can see that it's a PMS or Pantone color. And this means that it's one color when it's printed. It only uses one ink. So let's go ahead and close this. And now we'll look at the second image in our set. Again, we'll go over to our Layers palette, double click on the Layer Style, head down to Color Overlay, and click on the colored square that comes up. But here, we notice that it's made up of a completely different PMS color. And this is not what we want. So how can we achieve a two-color effect when we've specified to our printer that we only want to use one color? Well, let's look here at our two images at the top. Again, we'll go to our Layers palette, double click on the Layer Style, and then head down to the Color Overlay. Click on the colored square that comes up. And notice here that it's a PMS or Pantone color. Let's go check our other image. We'll head over here to our Layers palette, double click again on Layer Style, and head over to the Color Overlay and click on the colored square. But notice that the color that comes up is the same as the one before. How did we achieve this effect? Let's select this second layer and take a look at the Layers palette itself. Well, here we can see in the upper right-hand corner of the palette, we have a setting called Opacity. In this case, it's been set to 50%. So we're only using a percentage of the color to get our effect. If we move it back up to 100, we can see that the color is indeed identical to the other image. The only caution here is that you need to make sure that you're operating on a white background behind your opaque image so that there's no bleed through to the background layer. You can do this by duplicating the image layer and filling it in with white. So here we can see how by playing around with the percentages of the PMS colors that we're using, we can achieve a multicolor look, but we're still maintaining it being set up as a one-color document. Okay, well, thanks for following along with us through this section. Our next section is going to discuss how to set up a document in CMYK mode in Photoshop. Make sure to check back often to Printwand for more video lessons as well as other articles to help you with your marketing and promotional needs.